Welcoming spring with Sekhmet. Thank you so much for coming to this course. Please take a deep breath in. And as you are breathing in, sense the awakening spring that is around you. Bask in the spring energy. Sekmet speaks. Tonight, we are working with myself, the diva of the flower, Spring Beauty, who is pictured, and the diva of the crystal, Kunzite. We are also going to be working with some of the active wildflowers that are in and around Cat's yard tonight, such as the diva of Violet. They're here, they're assisting, they're very powerful. Tonight, I would like for us to welcome spring. This is not just any spring. This is an extraordinary spring. Right after the equinox, we had the Aries solar eclipse. So the equinox always occurs when the sun goes to 0 degrees of Aries. For Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and heralds the start of the astrological year. Now, this is according to tropical astrology, which maps the seasons. It maps the planets as they relate to the seasons. Sidereal astrology maps the planets in the stars, in fixed points within the sky. And that is what Vedic astrology uses. There is a whole deep reason that I personally favor tropical astrology. And well, it's because it's connection to the solar year. For I am a solar goddess. I am the Egyptian goddess of transformation, of personal power, of deep healing, and of war. Yes, I am a war goddess. I was the goddess that was called on for protection as well, deep and active protection. I am also a goddess of mysticism and magic. I had my own Egyptian mystery school, and it was in my school that you could learn how to transform into an awakened, intuitive, magical being with a very extended lifespan. So to begin, I would like for us to chant my mantra, to dial further into my energy. It's a quick mantra. We are going to chant 108 repetitions of my mantra. This is a mantra that has been chanted to me for thousands of years. It is Sa, Sekhmet, Sahu. That is my mantra. Please repeat it. Okay, now let's say it together just once on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Sa, Sekhmet, Sahu. Now we're going to chant my mantra 108 times to power up. Understand that you are being protected as we do this. Sasakim Sahu, 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 Sasakim Sahu. So I was talking about how we had the Aries solar eclipse after we had the equinox. So the equinox occurs when the sun enters Aries. The sun was in Aries, the moon was in Aries. They aligned for the new moon on the solar eclipse on the 29th. Eclipses bring about deep transformation and changes. And then the very next day, Neptune entered Aries. Chiron's also in Aries right now. This is a lot of Aries activity. Neptune takes about 165 years to transit through the entire zodiac. So it's been about 165 years since Neptune was in Aries. And because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, this is the beginning of a fresh 165-year Neptunian cycle. Very significant. And it is beginning, and it's also still at the waning of the Piscean 14-year cycle and the last 165-year cycle, because Neptune will re-enter Pisces when it's retrograde in October and then go back into Aries in January of next year, where it will be for 14 years. So this is significant. And you might have noticed this. Neptune's a really big deal as far as how it affects the Earth. It's a generational planet. The inner planets are personal planets. They affect the collective, correct, but they specifically affect individuals, right? If you're born with a sun in Taurus, you are going to act like a Taurian. You know, if your moon is in Taurus, you're going to feel like a Taurian. If your Mercury is in Taurus, you are going to communicate like a Taurian. And if your Venus is in Taurus, which you absolutely want your Venus to be in Taurus, you're going to love like a Taurian. If your Mars is in Taurus, you're going to go about getting what you want like a Taurian would. And so those are all very personal. And then we get into Saturn and Jupiter, and everyone born within a 1-year period of time has their Jupiter in the same sign. Everyone born within a 2-year period of time has their Saturn in the same sign. So these are almost generational planets. They kind of really reflect most of the people in your grade that you went to school with. But when we start getting into the outer planets like Uranus, it's 7 years in each sign. Everyone born within 7 years has the same Uranus. To have your Uranus in a specific sign, it represents your generation. Well, Neptune, every 14 years, approximately, right? So everyone born within a 14-year period of time has their Neptune in a same sign. Why is this significant? Well, it represents a generation. Neptune, this is such a big deal. This is why I'm talking about it, is a planet of mysticism and spirituality, often seen as a higher octave of Venus. Neptune represents compassion. It's about magic, right? Your spirituality, fashion, glamour, what people wear, the type of music they listen to, artistry, creativity. Art is also within the domain of Venus as well, as is what you like personally. So Venus is, what do you like to wear? What do you feel like wearing? How do you dress? Neptune is fashion, right? It's the collective fashion. It's also what we see as what could redeem us as a collective. And then on the shadow side, Neptune is also linked to confusion and illusion and escapism and addiction and even deception. And so it's a big deal. Neptune in Pisces, which Neptune co-rules Pisces, brought us interest in the spiritual. It's no accident that you came to this class while Neptune was in Pisces. You're discovering your spirituality. It really has helped the collective get into a general place of spirituality. But on the shadow side, if Neptune hadn't have been in Pisces, there's a very, very good chance that fentanyl would have never been as popular as it currently is now. I am speaking of this because it is important. Neptune has changed into Aries. Neptune in Aries. The last time Neptune was in Aries, the United States experienced the Civil War. That doesn't mean that'll happen this time, but Aries is a sign of the warrior. It is a sign of starting projects, of the hero, beginnings. It's action, action, action. It's ruled by Mars, which is the planet of war and action. It's how you go about getting what you want, Mars is. And so there's a lot of shifts that this is going to bring. That said, it's starting fresh. Neptune in Aries does not have to be about spiritual battles or fighting. It can be about starting projects and stepping into the new. So this is a good thing. And this is the whole point of me wanting to welcome spring tonight, this next 14-year period where Neptune's in Aries, in this next 165-year astrological cycle. What is it going to be like? Because this is the most interesting thing. So when a planet enters a sign, if it's going to be for 14 years, you can tell about the tone that it's going to have based on the aspects it makes at the moment it enters the sign. Well, when a planet enters Aries, you can kind of tell about what that planet's transits through all the signs are going to be throughout the duration of however long it takes them to go around. So this is also giving us insight into the next 165 years of Earth life. And if you think it's not going to affect you, think again, because reincarnation is real. And so what we're doing tonight, and let's just start doing this, is we are working with Kunzite and spring beauty to bring about peace, to beautify the spring. For intriguingly, the more beautiful and peaceful this spring is, the more beautiful and peaceful the next 165 years are going to be as they relate to the Neptunian themes, which are very important, right? Because it encompasses this compassion. It's a divine compassion, connecting to divinity's divine love, right? What is a higher octave of Venus? There's this divinity touch to it, right? The spiritual, and it contains that love. But then, you've got the shadow side of it. And what we would like for the next 165 years is a spiritual evolution. And so this is why we're working this tonight. So let's just give it our best. The earth versions of Spring Beauty and Kunzite are 7-dimensional. Obviously, if they're in the 3rd dimension, they also have a 3D aspect. What is the 7th dimension? We should have an entire class on that. But 7D is a very high, pure, magical energy that is untainted. It is beautiful. You've learned about Kunzite fairly in depth already, and Spring Beauty has taught classes in this group before, but if you're newer to this group, then you've not gotten to know her as a diva, and she's just simply gorgeous. The 7D Earth Fairy Flower and 7D Interdimensional Mystical Crystal. Yeah, I'm generating energy right now. Calling in Kunzite, calling in the Diva of Spring Beauty, and asking for them to assist with this process. We are going to send beautiful healing energy to the earth, the spring season, with the intention of blessing the next 165 years as it relates to the Neptunian. And additionally, as a sidebar, we are intending to purify the earth from the recent eclipse that are just experienced. We had a solar eclipse just a couple days ago. All right. So just intend for Earth to be safe. What we're doing right now is putting a shield around everybody that's listening to this class, whether it's live or at an alternate time. See yourself in a shield of lavender pink light. Spring Beauty is a lavender pink. It can sometimes look pink. It can sometimes look lavender. It often looks like a mix between the two. And that is the same with Kunzite. Kunzite is sometimes pink, sometimes lavender, and is often a lavender pink. So we are lighting you with lavender pink light. Just see yourself in this light. See yourself in an egg-shaped bubble of lavender pink light. And let us just share this energy with the world. This is what we're doing tonight. We are sharing this energy with the world with the intention of blessing spring, which blesses the entire solar year, right? The sun's in Aries. This is affecting the whole solar year. We are blessing this wonderful Neptunian cycle as well, so that the next 165 years bring us compassionate spiritual awakening instead of deception. We really do have the ability to shape reality. And this is such a big deal because Neptune is such an influential planet. And it, Neptune also rules dreams and the shamanic practices. And so we want to have these benevolent, truthful experiences with magic and shamanism. Let's just share. We are sharing this beautiful energy with spring, with earth. We are beautifying earth. We are beautifying all on earth. And if you want to focus on your beauty, both inner and outer, you should work with Spring Beauty. Now, there are some Spring Beauty flowers that are still out right now. You can find them and make a flower essence with them, and then you can have them all year. And if not, try to get some next year. You can also just call on the diva and work with Spring Beauty. You can ask her to bless your water, to infuse your water so that you're drinking an essence of Spring Beauty, even if you don't have the physical flower next to you. We are blessing earth. And the benefit of working with Kunzite is that Kunzite is chock full of lithium. And so lithium brings about balance. It balances energies, it balances polarities, it brings calming energy to the mind. And so as we're sending this Kunzite energy to Earth right now, those upon Earth are automatically calming down. They're feeling less angry. They're more likely to get along with each other. You can even see Earth alighting with a lavender pink light, knowing that it is infused with the essence of both kunzite and spring beauty. Spring beauty and kunzite also both promote loving vibes. And so the energy that we're sending the Earth right now is infusing Earth and those upon Earth with love. And the love that both bring about is high, right? It's a higher heart chakra kind of love. The higher heart center is the energy center that is above your heart chakra. So the heart chakra is located along the spinal column at heart level. And right above it, you have your higher heart. That's your spiritual heart center. And so the love is untainted. A healthy heart chakra has untainted love as well, but the higher heart, the love that comes from the higher heart is infused with divinity. And I'm doing this with you. Earth is truly being showered in a beautiful lavender pink light. feel how good this feels for you as a reminder, because you're being doused in this energy as well. Kunzite heals the physical heart. It actually has the ability to unclog the arteries of the heart. It also emotionally and spiritually heals the heart. Kunzite can eradicate back pain and nerve pain, especially nerve pain that is connected to the back. If you have back pain that's not nerve related, kunzite absolutely helps. Kunzite shields the aura, it prevents possession, it protects, makes you feel calmer, brings about good feelings. And then the love of kunzite is spiritual, right? And it's the same thing for spring beauty, but spring beauty's got a bit of a giddiness to it because she's a flower. And so the flower divas and the crystal divas are different from each other. They're both absolutely amazing. But there's a bit of a giddiness and a sweetness to spring beauty that's very fairy in nature. Fairies are associated with the plant queendom, but not all plants are fairy in nature, and spring beauty is a true fairy flower. So again, we're just sharing this energy. We're filling you up with this energy. You're feeling it. It must feel very good. It feels good for us. And you are sharing it with Earth, visualizing Earth lit in this beautiful lavender pink light. This is also shielding Earth, preventing attaching energies from attaching to Earth, especially Earth's aura. For Earth has an aura. For that's something else that kunzite does. It can prevent energies from attaching. And then it also purifies, right? It releases attaching energies. It unattaches them. Dialing the light up, dialing the level of the light up so that it's brighter, inundating you and inundating the Earth with an even brighter level of this light. Breathe deeply. We are inundating the earth in a beautiful lavender pink light that is the essence of spring beauty and kunzite combined. I'm also mixing the energy of Sekhem into this. Sekhem is an ancient energy that actually originated in the universe that I come from. We brought it to Sirius, we as in my people and I. It is an energy that can be compared to Reiki in that it is a healing energy, and yet its origin is unique from Reiki. There are many that mix Reiki with Sekhem and many who work purely with Sekhem. Sekhem was used a long time ago, and it was rediscovered about 40 years ago. A man rediscovered it in Egypt. He spent the night in the Egyptian pyramid. And that is when he rediscovered Sekhem. And there are many who practice it today. So I am healing earth with you, beautifying earth with you. Sekhem is potent. Mm. So we are now going to work with interdimensional flame energy. And so we are working with Kunzite in Spring Beauty. It's still lavender pink. It's still infused with Sekmet. But instead of it just being the light, it is now turning into flame. So we are sending these flames to the earth. And we're also sending these flames to you so that you're purified. Flames are purifying. We are doing this with the intention of purifying the earth, especially because we just had a solar eclipse, and 2 weeks before that, we had a lunar eclipse. This solar eclipse is a big cosmic reboot, emphasized by Neptune's entry into Aries the very next day, not even 24 hours later. The purification is called for right now. Just visualize Earth alighting with this lavender pink flame and know that it is being purified in this moment, as are you, as is your house, as is your neighborhood. This is creating an environment of safety, of cleanliness. Might even help you clean your home, do some spring cleaning. You might feel the inspiration to clean up. As you purify, you are better able to align with your loving truth, right? You're able to connect with your core. Dialing the level of the flame up, purifying outdated thought forms on earth. Dialing the level of the flame up. Dialing it up even farther. Bringing balance. This is purifying the brains of humans right now so that they can think their own thoughts. Also purifying the thought body, which is a layer of the aura that corresponds to the solar plexus chakra. It's also called the mental body, so that they can think their own thoughts. Humans think and speak for themselves. It's also purifying the emotional body, which is the layer of the aura connected with the sacral chakra. So that humans feel their own feelings instead of taking on the feelings of others. Flame back into light. Earth is lit with beautiful lavender pink light. And this group has created Kunzite shields around Earth's aura, Earth's atmosphere, and Earth's surface before. Let's strengthen them with our intention now. We now strengthen the Kunzite mineral shield around Earth's surface. Just intend. We now strengthen the Kunzite mineral shield around Earth's atmosphere. Intend. We now strengthen the Kunzite mineral shield that is around Earth's aura. Intend. Intend for the shield to strengthen, for it to fortify and refresh. The Kunzite shield around Earth's aura moves with Earth's aura, for Earth's aura moves, right? It breathes just like all auras do. Thank you so much. This has been truly wonderful. I'm looking forward to working with this group for the month. I ask you to focus on your body. Focusing on your body helps you integrate the energy we've been working with, and it helps you to become present. How does it feel for your clothes to touch your skin? What's it feel like to be upon the surface you're on? You can think of your density. To further help you earth, you might want to eat just a little bit after this earth healing meetup concludes. I am so grateful for you. I am grateful for Spring Beauty and Kunzite, and for the opportunity to share my teaching. Let us work to bless Neptune and Aries again in the future. Blessings of love and peace